Seán Crowe.
And again, I'm delighted to be able to speak on this. I thought long and hard whether to actually put my name forward to speak on this issue, because I suppose, like other people, you find it very difficult to be unemotional, to be rational, to be logical, to, sort of separate, have some sort of intellectual discussion in relation to doing this, because I think as other people have, given their own personal background and, the discussions we've had with different people, that it's very hard to separate that emotional from what happened. And what we're talking about is a regime, a system that was established by someone. It was established by the state, it was established by the religious orders, it was established by different people. But it was actually established. Someone came up with these ideas. And the thing that shocks me about the Tuam mother and baby home thing is that I even heard someone talking last night about the burials of the children. These children weren't buried. They were dumped down in sewers. And like, if you look at any, any tribes across the world and so on, cannibals, would they not do that? Would they not do that to their children? To children? I don't think, who came up with this idea? Like, was it a case of we thought what we were doing was right? But right for who? For what? Like, we clearly separated. We dehumanised. They were treated like subhumans. And, again, people can talk about, maybe we can equate that, this happened in the past. It didn't happen on our watch, that we didn't know about it, and so on. And we can come up with all sorts of excuses and so on. But we know that many of these mother and baby homes are still going right up into the 1990s. So it's it's not a thing that's, hundreds of years ago or, a long, long time ago. It's something that actually happened in the recent past. So what do we need to do? Well, first of all, we need to stop excluding different groups and individuals from these investigations. I think that's the worst thing we've actually done in relation to all this process. I remember back in the 2000s when we were talking in terms of, people were talking about different investigations and so on, and we kept excluding people. I remember standing up there talking to one of the people that work in here, and he was saying to me, well, are they going to mention Artane? I was in Artane, and this man is bawling, crying in front of me, and he's telling me about his experiences in Artane. And you talk to other people then, and you'd go out socially then, and you'd meet someone, and they were in the same boat. They would come up to you and say, and they'd start telling their story and what they went through, the starvation, the abuse, the malnutrition, the impact, the fact that their spirit was broken. And that's what we did. We stripped people down, we took their clothes away, we took their identity, we stripped them, we bet them, we starved them. And this was all done and supposed to be for the better good of some individuals or some idea or whatever else. Anyway, what can we do now? And that's the most important thing. Well, we can listen. It's all very well talking about transparency and, but if we don't allow people access to their own files, how can we have transparency in relation to these matters? We need to have a system where people can give evidence, can get a sense that someone is listening to them. And again, you talk to, people tell them survivors, people that, came out of this awful situation. But those people, 9 times out of 10, they're even more hurt now than they were at the start of this process. So we're doing something wrong. In relation to Tuam, the Gardaí in the corner should seal off the site. And I suppose the big question is that going to happen? And the other sites that have been identified, what are we going to do in relation to that? So they're simple things that we can actually do as legislators, something if we're really positive about trying to do something. Our party put forward the idea of the Truth Commission. Again, people can tear it apart and all. It's an idea to complement the investigations that were going on, because people are saying that it's not working for them. That investigation is not working. If we are to have transparency, if we are to have openness, we need to have the interim report released. So, but anyway, those jumbled thoughts are some of the things, as I said at the start, I didn't really want to talk on this, but I think it's important that everyone actually raises their voice. For those people who will probably never have the opportunity to ever be in here or to be listened to, and it's for those people that I'm conscious that I'm standing here today and I'm saying to the Minister that we need to do things differently. It is about transparency. It is about transformative measures that are coming in that will make sure that this never happens again. If collectively we put our minds together, I think we can come up with a better model that we've been reproducing time and time after time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Crowe. Now, Deputy